Hello, Lifehouse. Welcome to week 3 of our 4 weeks of Full Life, where if you're just jumping in with us or you've been tracking with us the whole time, I am so glad you are here with us, walking through this next week of this campaign with us. And so I've heard so many just great stories of what God is doing in people's hearts over the last few weeks. I've heard some people say, I just enjoy waking up every day knowing that I'm studying the same passage, walking through the same question, and sharing the same prayer as the rest of my church body. I've heard people share, I just enjoyed this idea of reconnecting with God, and that God is stirring in someone's heart, this passion to be in His Word. I've heard people just share, since it's just being part of a community, of that we are a church body, and they feel more connected to us as a church because we're walking through this together. And so hopefully these last 2 weeks have been significant for you, and I'm excited for these next 2 weeks as we lean into what God has for us as we prepare to celebrate Christ's death and resurrection this Easter as a church family. Our theme this week, what we're going to lean into, our outcome we're talking about with the word we use, is this idea of being a community server. And here's the question: how am I contributing and not just consuming? How am I contributing and not just consuming? So as we lean in, what does God want to do in our heart? How do we need to grow as a community server? The verse I think of, and as we talk about this, is Mark chapter 10, verse 45. And it says this: "For even the Son of Man, for even Jesus, did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give His life as a ransom for many." So as we lean into as a community server, we want to incorporate this idea of being a God lover and a faith sharer, but also the sense of God has designed you, has created you to make a difference. Not through power or whatever it might be, but through you, to serve other people. There's lots of ways to do that, and we'll continue to lean into these things. But maybe the most significant way that might be really helpful and beneficial for you and for other people is saying, hey, I'd be willing to serve on Easter. We are expecting a lot more people who might come to church for the very first time on Easter. And there's lots of opportunities where just showing up and being present, you can make a difference in somebody else's life. And so there's roles of like helping the kids' Easter egg hunt, or helping with the kids' craft, helping with kids' games, the roles of helping be a greeter or an usher on the service, helping just serve on a parking lot team, helping people find parking spot and they show up. There's roles of just food prep and putting food out and serving people that way. All these roles are significant in helping people who might come on campus for the very first time to experience God's love and God's grace in their life. And so we ask this question, not at Easter would not just be a place where we can consume and appreciate and enjoy God's love and God's grace, what He did on the cross for us. But maybe Easter this year for you might be a chance for you, maybe for the very first time, to contribute, to be part of God's church and reaching other people. So we ask you to consider, as you lean in this week, not just an intellectual or a spiritual exercise, but also part of the spiritual exercise would be for you to consider contributing on Easter Sunday. There's significant opportunities for you to be a community server, to make a difference in somebody else's life. And so you can learn that. There's a link in the email you're getting. There's a link in the text message you're getting. There's a link in the weekly email that you're getting that allows you to sign up and be a community server this Easter. I'm excited for you as you lean in this next week to read the passage, to process the question, and to pray, God, what does it mean for me to be a community server? How am I contributing, not just consuming? I'm excited to hear what God has for you this week. God bless.